Hey, Comets Sports fans, welcome to another edition of Comets Sports Talk. I'm Trevor Rose, joined alongside James Froelich. And James, thank you for joining me here today for another special edition of Comets Sports Talk.
Thank you for having me, Trevor.
And here we are in the Green Room Productions area in the high school. And, man, this is a beautiful spot that we were able to use. Amazing stuff that we can do for this podcast-type video that we're doing today. And today we have a special guest, the girls' high school basketball coach who took over last season for his first season. And the Comets, man, they did a great job last year, great job this year. Coach Dudgeon, Coach, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Hey, doing very well. And again, we as I just mentioned, had a great first two seasons here at the Mason. And something that people were really wondering last year when you stepped into the head coaching role was, how are you going to, make your mark on the team? But then this year, after losing your big seniors, Maddie Parrish, Annalise Knight, just to name a few, what was the change that you made from last year to this year to kind of propel this team into being still one of the top teams in GMC?
Yeah, losing those 9 seniors, that's just hard to replace. You almost can't replace them. Just the knowledge they have from being in the program for 4 years, it's just not replaceable. And so we've done a really good job, I feel like, as a program of passing the torch, so to speak. And so we expect our underclassmen to understand what that culture is and what it means to the program. And so, we've been very fortunate to have kids understand what it means to be in Mason girls basketball in the program. And they look forward to their time. And so, certainly losing the girls that we lost early in the season wasn't something anyone expected. And certainly your heart goes out to them for going through those injuries. But I think it goes back to the culture of the program, and the expectation didn't change just because we lost some girls. Yeah.
Yeah, and Coach, you mentioned the injuries early in this season. How were those injuries affecting your team, and how was your team really able to overcome those injuries to a couple of key starters and still be able to compete in a tough GMC conference?
Yeah, I mean, it put some pressure on the coaching staff, but certainly the girls. I mean, we had kind of gone through this summer with some ideas on who was going to play and how much, and it always changes. It's kind of fluid situation because kids come back, but when you lose the ones that are your most experienced players, it's even more of a challenge. And so they also did a really good job of staying in contact with the girls who are now playing more. And so what it did is it pushed some girls into playing more than maybe they thought they were going to. And then certainly the ones who were probably thinking they were going to play a lot, probably played a lot more. And so, that's just one of those things, kind of dealt a bad hand, but we can't sit around and sulk about it because the season wasn't going to stop just right then.
Yeah, and with this new group of girls, you had a big kind of a gauntlet this year. You played a lot of tough teams, such as Princeton, who became state runner-ups a couple days ago.
Yeah.
What was your message to this team to really be able to compete with these top teams?
Yeah, and to kind of finish that, I guess I don't think I answered the other part. So what we changed? We didn't change a lot. Certainly defensively, we looked at doing some different things, probably played a little bit more zone just because we needed to protect like some of the girls' legs a little bit with the long season. We've always said that we practice and prepare for a faceless opponent. We don't worry about who the other team is so much as opposed to focusing on ourselves. And so the preparation for Princeton was no different than the preparation for anyone else, regardless of their record. And so I think over the 5-6 years since I've been here, the girls have bought into that and understand it's how we prepare every single practice. And so, you also have to have a little bit of luck. I'm not going to lie. You have to have some things go your way in that Princeton game. Some things went our way, and that's what it takes to have a successful season. Sometimes you need a little luck.
Let's actually highlight that Princeton game. I mean, that was probably the most animated game I feel like I've seen the bench and you personally on the sideline. Just how you guys were able to come back and beat, well, really the number 2 team in the state in Division 1 because they just finished the runner-up. That was the most animated I think I've seen you and your bench all season, and that was just a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just haymaker after haymaker in that. And actually, we're going to go listen to some of these calls right now, and we'll let's listen in on how this game went.
Habra at the free throw line, step back, shot up, and it's good, rattles in. Habra gives the Comets the first lead of the night. Cole Davis stolen away by Aaron Thomas. Habra defense, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Nicole Davis, and the Comets are going to go in quick transition. Habra inside, Bianchini up and in. And the Comets have a lead, 4-3. Harris in, no good, taken away by Habra. Habra goes through DeBross, back to Habra. In and good, tie game, 8-all. DeBross inside Habra. Into DeBross again, back to Jane Davis. Nicole Davis, three-point shot. Ring it in!
A great sequence of passing right there from Habra, and then once it started from there, just a bunch of passing, get Davis the wide open shot, keep this Princeton defense confused.
So, Coach, in your second season now, you're replacing a Hall of Famer coach.
Oh,
I mean,
for sure.
and
Absolutely.
he's the most winningest coach in program history. Can you put into words on how much it means to take over from Matula and have Matula kind of as a mentor as you head into now your third season? It will be your third season next year as Comet head coach.
Yeah. And I've known Coach Matula for almost 20 years now. What a lot of people don't know is I started here back in 08, 09 as an 8th grade coach, and he hired me back then. And so I've been around Mason basketball. Even though I left for a few years, I've been around Mason basketball for a long time. Yeah, unbelievable friend and mentor. I still bounce ideas off of him. And so sitting in that second chair for 5 years was certainly a good learning experience. I had come off a couple years of being a head coach at other places, but I tell people all the time, this is a special place, and it was really because of his leadership, how well they have done over the last 20-some years, close to 20 years that he coached here. And so what I learned from him more than anything, it wasn't so much about the X's and O's as it was about the relationships that you build. And so I think when you have great relationships with your players, they will play hard for you. And that's what I probably learned more than anything.
All right, and then when you took over as coach, WCPO, they made an article about it because it was kind of a shock around the area on when Matula decided he was going to retire, who was going to take that spot.
Yeah.
And you said in the article that basketball is a vehicle that inspires players to achieve not only basketball accolades, but personal accolades. Can you elaborate a little bit on what that really means and how much you use that into how you coach for your teams?
Yeah, and truthfully, he surprised me. Not only did he surprise everyone in the area, I was a little surprised. We were actually getting on a bus to Beaver Creek when he told me. So, when you look at high school basketball, not necessarily the summer group teams that happen, but high school basketball, very few of those players are going to go on to the next level. So when you have a program of 25 to 35 kids, what's the message to them as far as what is this going to bring them later? And so it's not so much about the basketball, it's the life skills that they gain from the sport and being on the team and from the program. And so handling adversity, having grit, having toughness, those are things that we preach. And so that's what I meant about the personal accolades. Those things will carry you on for the rest of your life. You'll forget the baskets and stuff like that you shot or points that you made, but those things will carry you on forever.
All right, and then another one I got for you. Recap this team using only one word. What word would it be and why?
Yeah, definitely I would say heart. Just to deal with the amount of adversity that they all dealt with because their friends are hurt and teammates. They just displayed a tremendous amount of heart throughout the season in their effort and their intensity. But I would just say heart. They played hard and they understood. They still had to represent the program the right way.
Yeah, now, Coach, let's get into a little bit more of the fun side of questions. We talked to assistant principal Mr. Rompies in one of our past NBC broadcasts about a possible for more in-school sporting events following the wrestling match back in the winter. Would you think that in the future this could be a possibility for girls basketball and possibly even a doubleheader with the boys' side?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you can include a huge portion of the student body. I mean, we're the largest high school in this state. My son wrestled, so I know when you go to those, it's not hugely attended by the students, and that's, you just know that going in. And so I didn't take my class down, but we watched it on video, and it was just unbelievable, the energy in the gym that day. And so, yeah, we've had the opportunity. So yes, that would be awesome from the girls' standpoint. We also had the opportunity this year to play several doubleheaders, as you all know, because you covered the games, and just the energy from those doubleheaders is a lot of fun. And we hope to do more of them. I know it's a logistical nightmare sometimes to schedule with all the teams that have to play in one evening, but the athletic department's done an unbelievable job. But yeah, I think anytime you could do something like that in school, I'm all for it.
All right, and then one last question for you, just throwing it out there. If you could choose one game this season that was by far your favorite game that you've coached in and been around, what game this season would you have picked?
Yeah, I would probably have to go with that Princeton game. I mean, I can't – if you polled 50 people, I don't know that you would get one that expected us to win, let alone even be close. But we told our girls we believed in them, and we knew that if they stuck to the game plan and had some things go our way, and we were right there at the end, it would give us a chance. And so, certainly, especially where Princeton ended up at the end of the season, that's certainly a win that – you can hopefully get the girls pumped about moving into the next season and say, you all accomplished something that no one else thought you would. And so anything's possible any given night.
Entering the fourth, Sneed Thomas will drive. No good. Tries to save it, and it will go right to Habra. Habra will take it down the court. 2-on-1. In, she gets it to go. 33-28, 5-point lead. Vikings have one more foul before they're in bonus territory for the Comets. Habra, 3-point shot. Drain it, bang! Down it goes. 3-point game. 32 ticks remain in the fourth period. This one's still in reach for the Comets. Taken away by Bianchini. Habra tries to go in motion. 3-point shot, and she's fouled. That's 3 free throws right there, and the bonus for the Comets. The team 4. It's Comet ball. The Comets have it on the baseline. 2-point game. 17-6 remaining in the fourth period.
One thing to look at, too, they do have the bonus.
Timeout, Coach Dudgeon. Looking to throw it in. The Habra inside. Shot up. She fouled. It will be an end one tie game, 16-5 remaining. DeBras shot. Up, no good. Low, shot. No good, and the Comets win. The Comets are victorious, and they upset the Princeton Vikings here at home. It's a 49-48 final.
I think that will do it all here for Comets Sports Talk. Coach Dudgeon, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And you guys had a phenomenal season. We mentioned it a couple times, finishing about third or fourth in the GMC, even with all the injuries that happened to key starters. James, thanks for joining me once again. Obviously, this is one of your first times on Comets Sports Talk, so it's good to have you. This podcast is a presentation of Green Room Productions. It's produced and directed by students in the media program at Mason High School. That will do here, folks. We'll hope to see you guys next time here on Comets Sports Talk.